hi, hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and I have to change my battery. Well, it's only down to 1 bar, so I guess I'll just keep going as long as I can. But anyway, I'm going to talk about books that I have previously DNF'd over the last couple years. Most of them are more recent that I do want to reread, hopefully next year. The list is not too long, so it's definitely possible. I have various reasons why I decided to DNF these books and why I would like to give them a try again. So let's get into it. First, I have Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. Now, I tried to read this, I believe it was last year during Black History Month. Was that the time? And I had just read a lot of hard-hitting nonfiction back to back, and then I started Kindred, which is I think set in the 1970s, but a Black woman ends up traveling back in time to like the antebellum South, and she keeps traveling back to different periods of time, but like to the same person, this white man, and like she keeps going back and like having to help save his life, and like so I guess we're gonna figure out why. It was just a lot right off the bat after reading all those hard-hitting books, and I haven't gotten back to it. There's an adaptation coming out on FX. I don't know if it's out yet, and I want to watch that, but I do want to read it first. I don't see that I'm going to get to that by the end of this year, so I definitely want to revisit that next year. I also have The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. I think I've talked about this before. I tried reading this a few years ago and I just wasn't feeling it. And there was a lot going on in my life, so I put it down. I do have the trilogy now, and I know so many people love it. I have better expectations of what it is. I know there's not a lot of plot. There's more vibes and a lot of great character focus, which I can really get into. If I love the characters. So I do want to give that a try in the new year. Like I said, I have the trilogy like physically, and they're the editions that are super pretty, and I would love to love something that Leanna loves. Like, I would just love that. So I'm gonna give it a try. Again, Lord Grimdark himself, apparently. We'll see. I have Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. I know you're like, oh my God, you didn't have to Brandon Sanderson, but look, I read the first 2 in Stormlight, and then I was trying to read Oathbringer. I think this was last year, and it just put me in a big old slump. Like, I wasn't reading fantasy for months. Oathbringer is like, what is it, 1,300 pages? Oh my God. I don't know. I just was not in the mood for it. And at this point, if I read Oathbringer some point next year, I probably will need to reread the first 2, read Oathbringer, eventually read Rhythm of War, and then I don't know if it's the end of 2023 or the beginning of 2024 that we're supposed to get the 5th Stormlight book, but I'm feeling like by the time I get through that, it'll be time for that book to come out, and hopefully I can be up to date and join in on the hype train for that book's release. Hopefully. It's very long, but it's very long. I'm gonna get to it though. Next year, I'm gonna get to it. I need to look up when that 5th Stormlight book is coming out so I can better pace myself to be ready for that one. Okay, now I have to change my battery. So all of my batteries are scattered about my house, and they're not all fully charged. So hopefully this one lasts through the duration of the video. Anyway, I am going to get to Oathbringer, and yeah, I'm gonna do that. Next, we have Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. So this is one that I read a while ago, and I got the ebook. It sounds like the premise is like something with like big sentient spiders or something in space, and like humans are going out and we make contact with them, which sounds like an amazing premise. I have not read any Adrian Tchaikovsky besides this one that I attempted. I was reading it and my brain hurt. And I also felt like I need to read this physically so I can like make notes. I bought it and I have not tried to read it again, but he just keeps coming out with books, and I'm like, I need to at least try the one I already own. So I am going to attempt that one again. I need to make sure I'm like in a good brain space where I have the capacity to read things that make me feel smart. And this is definitely one of them. I want to read more sci-fi in general, because I was like thinking, and I was like, wow, I really don't read as much sci-fi as I thought. And so I already own it, right? And so this is the perfect place to start. Maybe it's not the perfect place to start. Like, I do read sci-fi, but I want to read more. Anyway, I'm gonna try to read this one, okay? And maybe it's not for me. Maybe, but we gonna see. We gonna see. Whew. All right, Grace of Kings by Ken Liu. Now, I have heard amazing things about this series. And then I bought it, and then I was trying to read it, and it was just going slowly, and I wasn't feeling it. But also, y'all know I've been in and out of Slumpville this year. So it also, I don't know, I think what I was expecting, I think expectations going into a book matter a lot of the time. And sometimes if I go into something and the storytelling or the story, like the way it's written or what it's about is different than maybe I set my expectations, that can work against me. So anyway, I enjoyed elements of it. Like I was enjoying it, just not my reading experience of it. But again, Slumpville. So I want to clear my mind and I want to give it a try again. And maybe I just don't like it, but I feel like I need to give it another go. And I really hope I like it because I really love it. Is it the UK covers? Oh, I love those. Because I'm not, if I did like it, y'all remember when whoever was a Saga Press did that bullshit with the 4th book? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So we're going to give it another try. Yes, we are. Then I have In an Absent Dream by Shauna McGuire. This is the 4th in the Wayward Children series. I think they're on like the 10th, the 8th. I don't even know. I'm way behind. The first 2 have been my favorite. I like the 3rd one enough. The 4th one I DNF'd because I just was not feeling like I cared. And I hurt a lot of people's feelings with that. And I feel bad. And again, Slumpville. So it is something, they're short. I already have it on my Kindle. So it's something I could access easily, obviously, and more have come out since then, obviously, and they all sound really good. And I know they're not all like, it's not a sequential series. There's, you know, some that come after another one and some that's like on this one and you can read this one. I don't know. So I'm gonna read them how they're published, but I do want to attempt this one again. And if I don't like it, whatever, I can go to the 5th one. But so many people were like, no, the 4th one is one of my favorites. And I was like, oh my God, what was I missing? So I'm gonna try it again. And then we'll see. I have Shadow of Night by whatever that white lady name is. I can't think of her name right now. I am only returning to this one because of a project that I have agreed to do with Bethany and Izzy in the new year. And I need to read the 3rd one. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'm gonna read the 2nd one. But I think I unhauled. I'm pretty sure I unhauled it. So I'm just gonna get the audio from the library and I'm gonna power through the 2nd one. I enjoyed A Discovery of Witches overall. I thought it was too long. I feel like she's very wordy and she did a lot of research and I can see that, but like, it's like, come on, man. How many times do you need to describe him having wine? Like, I get it. So when I was in the 2nd one and they're in like a different time in the 2nd one, oh my God, I was like, okay, girl, I appreciate how much time you spent researching about this time period. Well, like, let's move on. Let's pick it up. And so I don't even know how far I was into the 2nd one, but I was like, I cannot be bothered. But I'm gonna do it again because I need to read the 3rd one and I do not believe in reading books further on in a series that are like actually a serialized. Like you need to go in order. I don't believe in doing that if I haven't read the previous one. So I'm gonna do it. And then I'm gonna read the 3rd one and y'all will see my thoughts. So that one, like, I can't DNF that one. That's the only one I'm not gonna do because I need to get to the 3rd one. So like, I'm gonna power through. It might not be a good experience, but I'm gonna power through. And y'all will see the results of that later. And is that it on my list? Yeah. I did have the Memory Police on here, but now that I don't know. I might. That one was more of like a soft DNF. Like, it just kind of expired from the library and I was like, you know, I didn't like, It was very interesting themes, but like, it's kind of, I don't know if there's a plot really. So I don't know, maybe. But the others are a definite. Kindred, Oathbringer, Children of Time, The Grace of Kings, In an Absent Dream, Shadow of Night, The Blade Itself. So wish me luck that I can revisit all of these. And I would love to love all of them. That's probably not gonna happen, but I would love to love all of them. I own Oathbringer, Children of Time, Grace of Kings, In an Absent Dream, and The Blade Itself. So that's a lot of owned books also, which we would love to read more of. Who is we? Me and you, because you know you got books you own you haven't read either. Don't be looking at me like that. Anyways, do you have any books that you had previously DNF'd? You know, soft DNF by accident, you kind of just put it down and forgot about that. That could be a separate video because I don't know how many books I've done that to. But let me know, or if you've read any of these, have thoughts about them, if you think I will enjoy them upon rereading, retrying, let me know. But that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, give this a thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to see more. Check the description, I'll have these books listed, and also ways to find me on the internet, ways to support my channel if you want to join my Patreon, which I am asking a lot of polls and questions right now because I'm wanting to take things away that are add more things that are woo in the new year, so that's very exciting. But stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreen. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!